All right, this is basically what we covered in the Discord live stream. So I'm going to leave this one up just so we could talk about kind of what we have here, right? So we'll come back to this, but we're going to start on the MEXC chart. So this is the correction in which I was super vocal about what we had going on here, right? The first thing was just a three-wave motion to the upside and an ABC. At that point, we said, you know what? Maybe we can chain more corrections together. Maybe that was it. We'll know more by when this comes down. Again, you make another move, A, expanded B, into a C wave. These were 5-3-5 movements, resulting in a W, X, Y. Now, if you're lucky, the WXY can sometimes be some part of a larger A into B into C, if you are lucky. Now, I would say this is the world's most ugly B wave, but it's the world's most ugly everything. I think it's very choppy. Everything in it looks like some shit of a three-wave motion down. I'm not going to waste all my time on this. So what I'm going to do is stick to our new style, expanded B template that we teach, and go from low to high. We'll go back and fix that click. And you'll notice that we lost the 105, came to the most probable area of expansion of a B wave, which is the 1.236 through 1.382. If at any time this region is lost, and this 1.618 is hit on FARTBOY at 0.737, meaning it's now under a penny at that point. It's lost the 1.382. It's lost the penny stronghold. That is kind of a big de-risking moment, right? For people to understand that this kind of shape, this arcing to the downside where everything is just constant chop and chap, nothing's coming out of it, eventually does lead to some displacement. Now, I don't know what this will be. I'm just speaking from a charting perspective. Now, if this is to hold, it is to not lose that probability shift point that we talked about. Then you could talk about more to the upside in an ABC. This is where you're getting kind of a very strong five-wave motion to the upside more than likely. This would get the people going, right? This would make everybody say the low is in. We are going to $4. It has to happen, right? Instead, they would be buying up all of this. They would buy up all of this. They would buy up all of this. They'd buy up all of this. And then what would follow after an expanded flat is a very sharp rejection to the downside, in which taking this low would be the most probable scenario. Now, how that price action builds off of these lows is where we're at right now, right? So the chart is very different on MEXC from this point to where we find a corrective low versus when we go to this chart and we have a low, excuse my magnet, we have a low, but not a new low, right? So then we put a base channel on from low to high, and we saw amazing reactions at the center line with rejections in the Discord, right? You lose this low, market structure breaks. This is a corrective motion. You're more than likely going to sweep the lows, right?